I put Nationals in the title of this video because that's the team I'm playing as. Unfortunately, or I say unfortunately because there's some things that are more important than sports, video games, and all of that. One of them is mental health and LGBT rights and LGBT awareness. Like for the last year, I've had been living a double life. Not because I want to, it's more because, you know, let's just leave it as like people will say, "Oh, why don't you live as your authentic self 100%?" And I want to get there. I've never really looked at it in the light of like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay as Joe forever," or at least have my. I was gonna come out to my family and tell like you gotta call me Joanna, like especially if there's young kids around or anything like that, so they know. Call me Joanna. Call me the name I want to be called. Like I don't I don't know how to say this. So I gotta wait for a few minutes to maybe say it, but uh, yeah, I don't call my parents names they don't want to be called. Like for example, my parents have always told me, even when I was younger, don't call us Ralph or Diane. Call us Mom and Dad, right? And it's stuck with me ever since I was like a kid. I don't call them Ralph or Diane to their face, like, our important situations. I could be like out in the middle of a fucking important, ass meeting and they're still mom and dad. But when it comes to them, on the other hand, it's like, oh, we can do whatever we want, whatever, fine. It's like that's what I get frustrated with them with, and it's like, it's like the other thing is I could explain to them like, look, cutting my hair makes me miserable. It does. It literally does make me miserable. Being at your house makes me miserable, but cutting it will like I don't like it. And they go, well, we don't want to deal with hair in our washing machine. And I'm like, first off, other people deal with that problem if it's really even a problem, like all the time. Secondly, I'm not going. I don't like. It's like one of those things. Like, it's almost like first off, fine, I'm not gonna use a washer, right? But second off, it's like you guys literally just come up with excuses to make me like conform to you. Like, like that's where it gets annoying with them. Is like, first off, I'm not gonna use your washer. Second off, I'm actually just going to go to the laundromat anyways. Like, probably if my bike tire holds air. But like it's just like bullshit like that. It's like you know they they expect certain shit out of me that I'm just like for example, right, the hair cutting. Men have long hair, and I like having my long hair even when it's problematic in like ways like I just had to brush it out of my face. But like the thing is, they will take every step to not help me, like with that. You know what I mean? For example, I still don't know how to make a ponytail. Like when I say like I mean for example ponytail small, right? Like and you're just like small step, but it's like they literally don't show me how to do anything. Like that's the key, right? Like, if you showed me how to do a ponytail, I would do it. I'm not gonna shave my head. The other thing, and this always gets me with people that don't understand transitioning to an extent, is they always be, oh, well, it's a decision. You gotta choose something else. You gotta look at yourself. Like, what the hell? What? Like, I do that a lot. I look at myself a lot. I'm probably, I would say, not maybe not the most analytical in my family, but maybe second most analytical. I mean, I get annoyed with that crap. It's like, oh, you want me to be you, and I'm not you, so there's a problem. as I'm holding, my, you know, like I just don't get it. Their little ego is like so fragile. It's I almost want to tell them today. For the last year, my friends have been calling me Joanna. Well, like everybody else on this damn planet calls me Joanna. Unless, it's a legal issue where I have to go by my birth name, which is painful. But if I meet someone on the street, I'll be like, "Hi, my name's Joanna. Federico, how you doing?" But but with them, it's like they don't get it. They don't. Be honest with you, I gotta come clean with them, and literally that's part of the reason I'm making this video. Is I'm thinking about doing that because I'm tired of like having to like tell them like to go over their house and not like it's not so much go over their house, but go out or go around them and like yo, I want to be Joanna full time, like, and not just half time, which is what it is right now, where it's like it's just crazy. It's just nuts. Like, to be honest with you, that's why I started this video again with put the title as transitioning because normally I like to just keep it to the team name and stuff, but right now I'm just like, yeah, this is a bigger issue with me. Not a bigger issue with me, it's more like a bigger problem I'm having with other people that I can't even like, what I mean? I'm trying to get out there and get like a very, from what I know, is a very common problem with transitioning, like people like, not understanding them, like, and that's why I'm bringing it to YouTube. So it's like that. It's not like I'm trying to put my personal business on the internet, but yeah, I got freaking DSS paperwork beside me that I actually filled out. It's just so annoying. Life is, it's not so much comes at you fast. It's just like, one of those things where you're just like, holy crap, this is not like a good situation for me at all. Like, come on. Neither is Max Scherzer getting into a jam here. Even though this isn't really a jam, this is mostly just two outs and runners on first and second is not as bad as if you put like the runner on first on third. You know what I mean? You don't want the bases loaded or anything like that. So let's see what we can do here. Of course, I'm going up against Austin Hedges, who's okay. He's not good, but yeah, Scherzer's just not having it today, which is weird. Yeah, but he strikes out that guy. Yeah, that was a good comeback strikeout because the other guys he got were pretty tough. But yeah, it's just like it's just crazy. Like, I mean, it's crazy what politicians are doing with like their stuff that is like I don't want to say it's above me because it trickles down, obviously. Like for making it so that people can refuse. I think it's tough to explain. I would actually again advocate for most people looking this up on their own. But from what I understand, if you're transitioning, you can't force someone to service you or something like that. It's like, yeah, that's what we're at right now in this country. You can bring a loaded weapon into Walmart or into a big box store, but you can't service trans people. Fuck off. It's like, yep. And one of the things with this stuff is it always goes unnoticed because like the major media doesn't really care, So like, and then perfect example of it trickling down is my parents be like, "Oh well, then why are you transitioning?" Because I want to be my best self. and that's my best self. I feel better with the long hair, the dress on, everything. But do you guys care? No, you only care about your image and how that makes you look. You know, like the other thing I hate, and this is more with my parents, and I'm pretty sure other people have discovered this as well, that like my parents do it for like selfish reasons. They're never ever legitimately concerned, hey, is this, you know, does this look, is this right for this person? You know, like, no, they're more concerned about, oh, do you look, you know, are you going to get robbed? Not even that. Actually, yeah, like, again, it's not even that, are you going to get robbed, actually. It goes even worse. How does that make me look having the kid wearing the dress? You know? Yeah, that's their real thought is like, how does that make me look? You know, not having two sons and one daughter, having two daughters and one son. You know, it's like, get over yourself. Like, it's like with the Madden I just had, like, where it's like, bro, like, I was playing Madden before this, so, and I'm a big sports fan, and that's where it gets, like, really messed up with them is like, oh, you like sports. Why don't you just stick to that and instead of, like, becoming a woman? It's like, because, to paraphrase from the, the quote from Rasheed Wallace to adapt it a little bit more. The ball don't lie. Ball don't discriminate. At least to me. And what I mean by that is, if you're good at basketball, if you're good at softball, baseball, football, you know, it don't discriminate if you hit the strike zone. You know, if you hit the free throw or you hit the basket. I mean, obviously there's physical skills that are different, like dunking and things like that. But you know, yeah, it ball don't lie because if you're good, you're good. If you're not, you're not at sports. You know, and unfortunately, the unfortunate flip to that is people are not balls, and people do discriminate, and it becomes a joke. I hate when I told my mom. This is what I told her, and this is based on my idiocy trying to tell her like inner community may be pushing me too fast right now, and I want to take it slower. She took it as inner community pushed me to do this. Yeah, that's what she took it as. Like one thing is like, yo, they may be expecting too much and like, you know, fucking expecting me to drop all my money on like shoes and things like that, which is not reasonable, you know. And like, you know, like, cause I got what I don't know, I got so many problems with them. It's like they literally start screwing with me, you know, and then they go, "Why aren't you coming?" Like, cause I don't want to be there. It's the same thing with my Thanksgiving plans. I don't want to be at my family's house. I don't care. Like, I almost like it's almost like I can't even have happiness. You know, I can't even have one moment of telling them like, I mean, right now I'm not really even mad at the game right now because it's like I'm on a roll with someone else, you know? You know, it's like one of those moments where you're like, shit, I'm on the verge of getting my ass kicked. And ending the video on, I'm gonna say ending the video, I'll just do what I normally do. Maybe I'll just keep it going, as in, like, go to the next game. I remember I usually try to pick games where I, like, have multiple subs. So they're not just one game and done, you know, but fucking ridiculous. I can't even have happiness. I mean, happiness in this game is one thing, but happiness in the real world is another whole thing. I had to fix my bike. I had to fix that. Yeah, like that was a pain. I got this is funny. I go on the bus because that's what I use for public transportation as a bus. And the bus driver is like really slow. Like he's late, and I don't mind that because like buses can run late. But he's like, okay, he quit. I have a senior disabled pass. I am technically disabled. I have bipolar disorder, all bunch of shit. You could yell at me, whatever. But I have bipolar disorder for sure and things like that. And so I'm technically disabled. Anyways, this guy doesn't question me and asks for a Medicare card, which I have. I will provide it to the bus driver if I need to. So I get on the bus, swipe my card, blah, 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 get on the bus. And then the next thing that happens is we go to another spot, and then there's a black guy who gets on the bus. He immediately gets hassled by the bus driver, right? And I'm like, oh my God, this, like, it took about 15 to 10 minutes, like, for me to register what was going on. So, like, because it was a situation where the guy, like, I didn't know him, the person getting on the bus, but like it was like kind of racist. It was like, yo, what the fuck is this bus driver doing? Hassling this guy, like, oh, they don't last forever. It's like he's talking about the student bus passes or something. So I'm like, is it legit or was it weird? Because he didn't even ask me for my Medicare card when I got on the bus. I'm not gonna make a stink out of it. Am I gonna make a stink out of it? What put me over the edge is we're going by some trees, and the people on the bus are like chilling. We're doing our thing on the bus, like and all of a sudden it stops. And we're like, what? Why did it stop? Like, and then we look outside. The guy's looking on the ground as if he's looking for loose change, and we're like, what? Now we're like, what? Is he on drugs? Like that kind of thing where it's like, what the fuck are you doing? People have jobs they got to go to. And so he's like, "Oh, he gets on the bus, loudly announces, do you think an acorn will break a windshield?" I'm like, we're all looking at each other like, we don't have time for this, dude. Yeah. Hassling people on the bus with that shit. I would have, I wish we could, ooh, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get banned from YouTube, you know. But like, that was like crazy. Like I'm sitting there waiting to meet up with a friend. He's like the friend is taking a more packed bus that like it's just like I should have complained. I mean, the other thing is the complaint system with this CT Transit is just ridiculous. Oh, what's your bus number? It's like 91 at 2 o'clock. You don't have to be a rocket genius to know I'm telling you 91 at 2 o'clock, and I'm not talking about some obscure bus number. The bus. Like, I don't make this shit up. Most of the drivers, like, like, I'll be honest, I'll be 100%. Most of the bus drivers are fine. But, like, that one was just ridiculous because the lady behind me said it best. We got places to be, man. That was like, so you get what we're all set, what the message is. Like, you're wasting time. You're being kind of racist in a weird way, so, I mean, what the fuck? All right, I better stop this. Not to be mean or anything, but I mean, I don't know. I actually should just take Max Scherzer out because I got a bullpen arm ready to go. So I will do that. Yeah, I mean, Scherzer was just like he didn't have it today. Like you could just tell it was like one of those things where like the guy is just not there. So I'm doing this. Mm. All right. I mean, Yeah, you know what? I'm done. I can't do it forever. I can't keep you stringing along like this, so we're just gonna do it. There we go.